Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mitesh Gala. Welcome to Rough Book, a learning companion.
Hope all are safe. Let's begin. We were on properties of proportion, exercise 7b. Yesterday I taught you. In that I told you three parts were very important. What is to be added, what is to be subtracted. That was one part. Second part was K method. And the third part also we did in that. Now we are getting into the next exercise 7c. 7c, the major part in this is either K method and the second part is properties of proportion. What are these properties of proportion? We need to understand, very important. Every year we see one question in the board based on this for 4 marks. So when they say properties of proportion, so first let's consider one proportion as A upon B equals to C upon B. The first property of proportion, componendo. So when they say componendo, the denominator gets added to the numerator. So it becomes A plus B upon B on both sides of the proportion, that is both the ratios. So here we see componendo. The second one, dividendo. So when they say dividendo, the denominator gets subtracted to the numerator on both sides. So we get the second part. The third property, alternendo. So when they say alternendo, any one of these two terms can be altered. So I can write A upon C, B upon D, or I can alter A and D. So that becomes D upon B, C upon A. So the ultimate result that you get on cross multiplication here is BC equals to AD. Same will be maintained here. BC equals to AD, BC equals to AD. And since there is no effect on multiplication, all these are one and the same. But when we do alternando, it helps us to rearrange these ratios. So whenever required, we can use this ratio. The next one is invertendo. So when we do invertendo, there is a reciprocal of all the ratios. So this is what we get. Now there can be a combination of these two. That is called componendo, dividendo together. So componendo, dividendo. So when we apply componendo first, the numerator is added, and denominator, dividendo, the denominator is subtracted. So it becomes A plus B, A minus B, C plus D, C minus D. But you need to be careful that the first term is the numerator, the second term is the denominator in both the cases. The last one can be reverse of this, dividendo, componendo. So when we apply this in the numerator, now you subtract, and denominator you add. So basically these 6 are called as properties of proportion. Out of that, these two are very widely used. So we need to take care of this and we need to understand when to use it. Okay. So let's look at the first question. We're getting into exercise 7c, sum number 1. Your target is to prove this, and this is what is given. Now you've got to be a little smart over here in order to solve this logically. So if you look at the numerator here, there is 9. Not numerator, but 9a. The coefficient to a is 9 and the coefficient to b is 13. So the easiest way to go ahead from here, this is given to us. I will say 9a upon 13b. But if I am doing it on one side, LHS, I need to do the same thing on RHS as well. So I will get my first part, that is 9 upon 13, 9 upon 13. Now if you remember the properties of proportion, it's going to be very simple. Here addition and then denominator subtraction, not denominator but down you need to subtract. So I am just going to write by componendo, dividendo. So this becomes 9a plus 13b, 9a minus 13b. Likewise on the other side, if you look at this and here, are we close? Yeah, any clue, anybody? Correct. We can cross multiply now and you are sorted. So 9a plus 13b, 9c minus 13d equals 9c plus 13d into 9a minus 13b. Yeah, we reached what we wanted to do. So this componendo, dividendo, the property of proportion is what it is called, is a very effective tool when we have to do sums like this. This is just the basics. This is your homework which I'll tell you later. I have just written it and kept it ready. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3. I'm just showing you the properties of proportion once again. Componendo, dividendo, alternando, invertendo, componendo, dividendo and the dividendo componendo. These two are very, very important. Yeah, these two. So the next one, this is what we need to prove and this is what is given. So from here, how are you going to reach here? So first look at the coefficients. So from here, what do we learn? We learned that first you need to look at the coefficients. Once the coefficients are sorted, then the operation. So operation was componendo, dividendo. If there is any degree over here, let's say 9 square, b square, something like that, then this will become your third step and your second step will be the degree. So it becomes coefficient, degree, operation. So I call it as coefficient, then the degree, or rather this will change. The degree will go up. First, we call it as power. The second is coefficient and the third becomes operation. So I call it as PCO. Easy to remember. First the power, then the coefficient, then the operation. So here the power is 1, so we don't have to bother about it. We have to now worry about the coefficient and then the operation. Operation is your properties of proportion. So pause the video, try it yourself. If you get it, great. If you don't get it, then I'm going to help you obviously. So let us see. Okay, once you're back, I hope you got it correct while I do it. So I'm starting from A upon B, C upon D. First, I need the coefficients. So I'll say 3A upon 5B, 3C upon 5D. Then I will say the operation. So by this time I need minus on top. So my common sense will tell me that I need to do dividendo componendo. So 3A minus 5B, 3A plus 5B. Likewise on the other side. Yeah, did we manage to prove what we wanted to? Yes, we did. Simple. These are just basic questions for us to build and understand the properties of proportion. The next one, sum number 6 is very important. I'll come to that right at the end of the exercise. Before that, we are going to do all sums similar to this. This is given this time and this is where we need to reach. TPT is to prove that. So from here, how to reach here? Whenever you want to reduce the number of terms, you need to use componendo, dividendo. So there are 4 terms in the numerator. After componendo, dividendo, they will become 2. Most important, whenever you are applying componendo, dividendo, yeah, this step is must. You can't come directly to the final step. What do I mean by that? You will come to know very soon. So I will say over here by componendo, dividendo. Now we need to be very careful with such bigger numbers. Okay. So first I will write the numerator. Have the habit of writing the numerator and the denominator together with numerator only. So whatever is in the numerator comes up and down. In the numerator, just copy this denominator. And in the denominator, it is going to be minus for all of them. So basically what we do is we look at this part. We don't look here, otherwise we get confused. And we change all the signs. So minus A. So all the signs are changed. So automatically the minus sign of dividendo has taken care of itself. Let's do it once again for the RHS. So first we write the numerator. Once the numerator is written up and down, and then you copy the denominator here. So then I will write over here plus A minus 2B plus 3C minus 4D. And in the denominator I will change all these signs. So minus A, 2B, 3C, 4D. Okay. So now what we do is, once we've reached here, you cancel whatever parts are common or are opposite sides. So this gets cancelled, this gets cancelled. Here A and minus A gets cancelled. Minus 3 plus 3 gets cancelled. Correct? On this side, you will notice that the second term gets cancelled and the fourth in the numerator. And first and third in the denominator. Same thing you will see here. The second, that is minus 2b. Okay, here I have copied this wrong. This should be a plus 2b plus 3 minus nahi, but plus. The denominator should be here. And down I need to change all these signs. So minus, minus, plus, minus. Yeah, see, you got to be very careful, otherwise we shall mess it up. So a minus 2b plus 3c minus 4d is here. Same thing down. This comes here and all these signs will be changed down. So plus 2b minus 2b. How did I realize? Because I found both of them same, which is not possible. Minus 4d plus 4d cancels. Likewise, first term and the third term should get cancelled. But here also third is not getting cancelled. So I have not changed the sign, that's why. So minus, so gets cancelled. So this should be opposite. So please remember that, okay? Now whatever is left over, a and a, 2a. So just write 2a with little space. Why, I'll tell you. 3c can be 2 times of 3c. So write minus 3c and keep 2 common. Down also write 2 common, 2b twice. And 4d twice. So instead of writing 8d and 4b and then pulling out 2 common, first only we are pulling out 2 common. Likewise here, a and a, 2a, 3c also 2 times. So I am pulling 2 common, a plus 3c. Here also I am pulling 2 common because 2b and 4d also twice. So minus 2b minus 4d. This gets cancelled everything. So I will get a minus 3c minus 2b plus 4d, a plus 3c minus 2b minus 4d. We are still far away from where we want to reach. Now we got two choices, either cross multiply or again componendo dividendo. But to apply componendo dividendo, I need to have these two terms together, up and down in the numerator denominator. So if you remember, there was something called as by alternando. Using this property, I can send this down and send this on top. And now I can again say by componendo dividendo. So a minus 3c denominator, numerator, and change these two signs. Likewise, minus 2b plus 4d minus 2b minus 4d minus 2b minus, this will be plus, this will change. Only the latter part changes, the first two remain the same. Okay, second and first, second and first, that's the pattern. So I will get twice a, twice minus 3c, twice minus 2b and twice 4d. All 2's will get cancelled. Now if I cross multiply, 4ad. Here also I can cancel 2 1's are 2 2's are. So 2d into a will become 2ad and b into this minus minus plus. So 3bc. That is exactly what we had to prove. Yeah? Now few things, I am spending some more time on this sum because all the sums after this are going to be same. Let's understand the pattern. When you are coming here, the second and fourth gets cancelled, first and third on both sides. After cancellation, the first and third term twice, second and fourth term twice. Likewise, first and third term twice, second and fourth term twice. So 2 also gets cancelled. Now people, once they understand this logic, they don't write this step, they directly come here in the exam. The board very clearly says, if you come from here directly to this step, you will lose 1 mark. You are compulsory to show this step, and then come here. So don't come here directly, otherwise your 1 mark will be lost. After this, you need to identify that A and C have to be one below the other. So we used alternando. Again componendo dividendo, we knew first term and third term is going to be here. But we need to show this step. If you skip this step, 1 mark will be lost. In the end, cross multiply, we reach here. I'm sure this sum helps you greatly. So that the next sum, you need not wait for me. So there your question is. Now this is slightly different. This is not componendo dividendo. So we will do this one and then the next one we will go to componendo dividendo. This is given to us, b square is equal to AC. Basically they said that ABC are in continued proportion. So if it is continued proportion, then b square is equal to AC, and this is what we have to prove. You have to start with any one side. Common sense, here nothing is there, I can't begin actually. So I will start from this side. We had done a sum like this in the exercise B. So I would like you to pause the video convert all b squares into AC, think what can be done and try and achieve the answer. So I hope you managed to get it. Let's see if you did the same thing. This b square can be written as AC, so I will not write this, rather I will write AC. Here also AC, BC plus C square. Mention the reason that b square is equal to AC. I can pull out A common, so A plus B plus C. Here I can pull out C common, so A plus B plus C. Cancels. Wow, is it an easy question? So therefore I can say my LHS is equal to RHS. These sums only look difficult, but they aren't. If you apply the basic logic, most of the sums you will be able to manage. 11.1, again coming back to componendo dividendo. You will see words like use properties of proportion. Whenever they say properties of proportion, if you use any other method apart from componendo dividendo, that is this one, you will straight away get a 0. So whenever they say properties of proportion, this is what we have to use compulsorily. So now that we are on 11.1, properties of proportion, so componendo dividendo. We always remember componendo dividendo helps us to reduce. Now only you can predict what is going to come after applying componendo dividendo. So if I say by componendo dividendo, the prediction is this will be in the numerator, this will be in the denominator. Yeah, let's check. So I will have root of x plus 5, root of this plus root of x plus 5 minus this. In the denominator, same. The first two terms remain the same. The next two change the sign. Yeah. Likewise 7 plus 3, 7 minus 3. If I apply componendo dividendo only on LHS, not on RHS, again 1 mark lost. See, cancels because plus minus, minus plus, so cancels. So I get this twice root of x plus 5, twice root of x minus 16. 7 plus 3, 10, 7 minus 3, 4. 2 cancels. This also I can reduce, so it will become 5 by 2. How to get rid of the root? Yes, you are right. Squaring both sides, not on one side but both sides. So the root disappears. I get x plus 5, x minus 16, 25 by 4. Now cross multiplication, so 4x. Now don't apply componendo dividendo, it will not be very effective. So 4x plus 20, 25x minus 16 5s are 25 6s are 150, so 400. X goes on the other side, so I will get 21. This goes here, so 420. Divided 420 by 21, and therefore my x will be 21 ones are 20 times. Yeah, you can see such a complicated question when we look at the start, but very simple to solve just because of the properties of componendo and dividendo. So I want everyone to get this property very clearly done. I am trying to do maximum sums in this video, so you get maximum advantage on this. Whenever you are applying componendo dividendo, the second term in the numerator disappears, the first term in the denominator disappears, and you get this by this. Can you see that? Same thing you will see in the next question. 11.3. Come on, try it. Again you need to find the value of x. Pause the video, go ahead please. So by componendo dividendo, 3x plus 3x minus upon 3x plus minus 3x plus. This side denominator take it as 1. So 5 plus 1, 5 minus 1. Cancels, cancels. So 2 times of 3x, 2 times of root 9x square minus 5. 5 plus 1, 6 and 4. Cancels. 2 2s are 3. So I get 3x root of 9x square minus 5, 3 by 2. I hope you know how to go about it now, squaring both sides. So 9x square minus 25 equals to 9 by 4. Cross multiply. So 9 4s are 36x square. 9 9s are 81x square. 9 into 25 is 225. So 225 coming on this side. 81 minus 36. So 225 upon whatever the difference is, that will be 45, I guess. 45 will come down, is equal to x square. Let's see if we can cancel. 9 5s 45 5s I think 9 5s 9 2s 18 5s 5 1s 5 5s. So I get my x as 5, x square as 5. So therefore x becomes root 5. I'm not sure if this answer is correct. Yeah, but you can in the meanwhile check if I have done anything wrong. Let me also just check it if I have done anything wrong as such, because the answer seems to be slightly weird. Let's recheck the entire thing once again. Firstly, let's check whether we've copied the question correct. Yeah, the question is all good. Let's see now any method we've done anything wrong. This cancels, this cancels. So 2 times of this, 2 times of this. 5 plus 1, 6 by 4. 2 3s are 2 2s are, cancels. So 3x upon this by this. So 3 square 9, 2 square 4, 9x square, and root disappears here. So here I have done the mistake. The root disappears. Why did we write 25 then? So this should have been only 5. That's the main error we did. So now 9 4s are 36, 9 9s are 81, 9 5s are 45. So this should be only 45. So this entire part is wrong. So let's redo this part. 45 coming on this side, and 81 minus 36 is 45x square. So here 45 when I divide, x square is 1. So my answer for x should be 1. Yeah, just a small error. See, I squared it and everything I messed up. So I am not deleting anything, I am keeping all these mistakes on the video. So you also learn from my mistakes, and we happen to do no mistakes in the boards then. Yeah, I hope we are clear with this. Let's go to the next one, sum number 13. Again it says property of proportion, appeared in 2013 board. Come on, let's see if you can pause the video, go ahead, try it and see if you can manage the answer for this one. All the best. So by componendo dividendo, because properties of proportion, x4 plus 1 plus 2x square, x4 plus 1 minus 2x square, 17 plus 8, 17 minus 8. Now here this is a formula for x square plus 1 the whole square. Yeah, that's the trick they have worked upon. A square b square 2ab. If you got it, lovely. X square minus 1 the whole square. 17 plus 8, 25. 17 minus 8 is going to be 9. I know which students are going to get this. Shubhayan, did you manage? Taking square root on both sides. So on taking square roots, what do I get? X square plus 1, x square minus 1, 5 by 3. I can again apply componendo dividendo or cross multiply. That's our choice completely. I believe cross multiplication will become easy. 3 goes on to the other side, so 2, and here I will get 8. So 8 by 2 is x square. So x square is equal to 4. So x can be 4. Yeah. How many of you all managed to get it? Good job. The next one, sum number 15. Again, this is given to you. That's what we need to prove. You can use properties of proportion, although nothing is mentioned, but that is the only savior. So please try and see if you can manage it. In the previous 13th one, we can write over here plus minus 2 because we are taking the square root. If we don't write this, 1 mark will be lost. So another mistake by me in this sum. Come on, let's try this one. So again by componendo dividendo, x cube 3x y square 3x square y cube. Denominator, this will get minus and this will get minus. On the other side, I'm sure by now you exactly know how to apply this componendo dividendo. The first two terms remain the same, the next two we change their sign. Yeah, this again is a formula which is very difficult to recognize. So x plus y the whole cube, a cube, b cube, 3a square b ab, when you expand it you get this. Denominator likewise m plus n, m minus n. This year's board paper we had a sum like this, so you had to take this. Further, taking cube root, to reduce it we are trying to take cube root on both sides. So when we take cube root, this will be x plus y, x minus y, m plus n, m minus n. What to do now? So again by componendo dividendo. When such complicated sums are there, we need to apply it twice. So x plus y, x minus y, x plus y minus x plus y, m plus n, m minus n, m plus n minus m plus n, opposite sides, cancels. So here I get 2x, 2y, 2m, 2n, this gets cancelled. 2 also getting cancelled, I cross multiply, nx equals my. Good question. You need to practice this, only then you will be able to do it so quickly. The last question, sum number 6 part 1 part 2. Both are very important questions. I want you to pay special attention to this one. Yeah, in case if you don't get, repeat the video again and just try and get your answer. This is our target. X plus 3a, x minus 3a, x plus 3b minus x minus 3b is how much? And this is what is given. So we start from here and we try to create the first part, x upon 3a. Then componendo dividendo, I can get this. This is purely componendo dividendo. So to get 3a in the denominator, I keep x, and from this 6ab, okay, I borrow 3a down. So what is left is 2b. When I cross multiply, I get this again. Yeah, and now I can say by componendo dividendo. So I get x plus 3a, x minus 3a, 2b plus 2b minus. So x plus 3a, x minus 3a. This becomes a plus 3b minus a plus b. So I get at least one part of this full thing. Now to get the second part, we again start from here, and this time from the 6ab, what I shall borrow down? Yes, 3b. So if 3b is borrowed from here, what is left? 2a. Same method, reach. When you reach here, take this LHS add, take the RHS add. Try going ahead, then I will help you obviously. So pause the video, try it. Come on, you can do it, most of you. X plus 3b. Guys, I am missing the school. Upon 2a minus a, missing the races as well. So once we reach here, x plus 3b, x minus 3b, 3a plus b, and here I will get a minus b. So I got my second part. Now take the first and second part, the LHS, and add them. So this side a plus 3b minus a plus b, this side plus 3a plus b, a minus b. Now here the denominators are different. This is a minus b, this is minus a plus b. Yeah. So to change their signs, I am pushing this behind. Now see, look at this carefully. Yeah? A plus b upon a minus b, and then I am writing this plus a plus 3b minus a plus b. I am pulling out minus common and giving it to this one. So here this becomes plus a minus b. From here I pulled out the minus, both of them, and I gave it to this plus side. So this changed to a minus b. Numerator remains the same. So now that my denominators are same, 3a plus b minus a plus into minus minus 3b upon a minus b. 3 minus 1 2a and minus 2 plus this 2b. I can pull 2 common, a minus b, a minus b. Cancels, my final answer 2. Whenever this type of question comes, the final answer mostly remains 2 only. Yeah. So please see to it you follow this way. Question 6 part 2 you must try, which is similar to this, very important. I just repeat once again. First get the first part. How? By borrowing from here. Then get the second part again from borrowing. Componendo dividendo, get the two parts. These two parts are here, add them. And these two you add them. adding. Now most important is you need to flip this. Why? So that these two denominators we can make same. Flip this, the signs, flip this side. Once the denominators are same, add them, take common, you will get your answer. Yeah, I hope you understood everything over here. I'm trying to make my best effort so that you can get, we may make use of this time instead of wasting our time. This is going to be your homework. Yeah, you can pause, zoom the video and check it. And these sums, put a star or put a circle. In the next video, exercise 70, I will do these sums and we can finish this topic there. Until then, when I send you the next video by Monday, please stay safe, don't go out. Things are becoming very dangerous. I want to see all of you all healthy. Bye, take care.
Hope you had a lovely mathematics experience with the Rough Book, our learning companion.